Well, good morning, everyone. This is episode 9 now. Today, we're going to talk about the intro and outro of the show. Now, for a year now, I've been putting intros and outros to the show. And I've had the Channel 9 Barry Fair television production for a year, and I've been using that, and now it's time for a change. Something a bit more slower. So I want to get Alex to explain, but it's time for a new intro and outro. And today also, I'm going to talk about the history of how long I've been doing the show. I started in 2020, but I didn't have the intro and outro back then. But then in 2021, that's when I put some more bits and pieces to the show with the intro and outro, and I'd like to tell you the first one we used was Wheel of Fortune. The second one was Richmond Hill, and the third one was Chopper Squad, and the fourth one was the Channel 9 pieces from the late 80s, early 90s. So, guys, it's time for an upgrade to the intros and outros. And it's time for a slower version. I love bringing the show to you guys, I really do. But on the same lines of keeping the show upright and interesting, I don't want to have to do recaps all the time, because I'm abolishing them altogether and just getting straight in to the nitty-gritty of the show. And to tell us more about that, here's Alex Taylor. Good morning. Welcome to episode 9 today.
Good morning. Thank you, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah. Very exciting, isn't it? Very exciting to think about a new intro and outro for your show. And also really interesting to look back and think about all the different intros and outros that you've had. And how they've tended to be upbeat, haven't they? They've tended to be sort of fast-paced music. So it's really cool to sort of change the vibe, make it a little bit more mellow. Should be really good to do.
So this is episode 9, and I'd like to go back to a little bit now to last year, where I began my stay in Brisbane in hospital. Today is the 3rd of April. Now, I was in the hospital back then. It was Sunday, the 3rd of April, 2022. Sunday morning. Where was I? The Prince Charles Hospital. Now, my experience with Bray Park began on the 5th of April. So it was nearly a year ago on Wednesday that I moved into Bray Park. Now, I won't babble on about that because that is in the 2022 book, which is now closed and shelved. Reflecting on the future is my motto. So with the show, we continue as usual. I will also give you advice on how to use triple O appropriately and when not to. And speaking of 000, please do not use that number or ring that number for stupid, trivial issues. I will give you that message at the end of this episode. But the most important thing, guys, a subject that I brought up on one of the shows last year is being really civil. Here's Alex now for this.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So what was the subject that you brought up a while ago? What, being civil, is that what you said?
Civil means polite and respectful. So on the phone, whether you're doing computer work, here's Alex now.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. So it's really important, isn't it, to be civil and polite and respectful in all of your interactions, whether they're on the phone or face-to-face, or even like by email. It's always important to be civil and polite and respectful, and kind too, isn't it? It's important to be kind to other people as well. So yeah, absolutely, very important subject, isn't it? Very important subject.
So this is only going to be a short show today, and I will take a break. Welcome back, everyone. Big intro and the outro. It's a very nice, calm, mellow feeling for the start and finish. And like before intros and outros, you don't want to have the same ones over and over again. They're good, but like I've just been saying, it's time for a bit of a change and a bit of freshen up and as the saying goes, guys, when everything old is new again. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So I hear what you're saying. So it's nice to have a fresh new intro and outro to kind of spice up the show. And the videos that you've chosen are pretty cool. So the first one, do you want to tell us about the first one, what it is?
The first one is from the Hawkesbury Bridge. And I thought that's a nice floating sound. Ba 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. That's how it goes. And then at the end, it's got like a trumpeting sound to it. So we'll let you have a listen to it at the end of the show.
Yeah, cool. We'll set it up. Do that now. So while we're setting up, daylight saving ended yesterday. So yippee, we got that extra hour of sleep. So daylight saving will recommence again in October on the long weekend. Okay. Now, just going back over Friday's episode on episode 8, guys, okay, is the flu vaccinations. Okay, it's coming into winter now, okay, and we all know that everyone gets sick around this time, so, guys, our advice to you is go and get the flu jabs. Here's Alec now. Yeah, thanks, Barry. That is good advice, isn't it? So every year, everyone should go and get a flu jab, and it's a great vaccination, and it means that you're much less likely to catch the flu, or if you do get the flu, it's less severe, so you don't get as sick as if you didn't have the vaccination. It's something for everybody to do. Have you had yours?
No, I am organising that. So, the food can be quite nasty. Okay? So, again, guys, rug up, stay warm, drink plenty of fluid, eat nice warm food like hot Weet-Bix with warm milk in the morning, or some hot porridge with some honey or cinnamon with some sliced banana. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. Good. That's great advice, mate. So you want to stay warm, stay hydrated, have a good, healthy diet, lots of vitamins and minerals to keep your body going well, and to keep your immunity up so that you don't get sick.
So, always have a good diet during the winter months. And if you've got a juice maker, okay, get some oranges, apples, celery, watermelon, carrot, and juice them up. Keep your vitamin C intake up. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That sounds fantastic. A really yummy juice with lots of vitamin C in it. I think just about everything you talked about then has good vitamin C in it. All of those.
And I forgot the pineapple and passion fruit because, guys, don't waste $5 getting a crappy juice because you don't know what's in it. Get your juicer out. Okay, here's what you do. You cut your apples, your carrots, pineapple, you name it. It's all there. And if you like it sweet, add a teaspoon or two of honey. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. So make it yourself. It's much better for you. It's fresher. It still has the fiber in it from the veggies, from the fruit. And honey is good for you as well. So honey has all sorts of good medicinal properties, and it also makes it taste nice and sweet. So yeah, yummy.
So you can even make it for breakfast. Nothing is wrong with having vegetables for breakfast. So, speaking of veggies, you can cook up a green and gold scramble, okay? So, scramble some eggs, okay? If you've got a packet of frozen freezing corn, okay, stir that through. Add a bit of carrot and broccoli in there and make a sort of like bubble and squeak dish for breakfast. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, yum, Barry. That sounds fantastic. It's like a bubble and squeak, or maybe like an omelette, a vegetable omelette. Sounds really yummy to me.
And you can serve an omelette with toast, okay? And if you like a bit of cheese, you can sprinkle a bit of cheese over and grill it until the cheese is melted. And you've got yourself a nice hearty breakfast before work, but also, guys, include your cereals, like your porridge, your Weet-Bix, your all bran, whatever. Here's Alec.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That does sound really yummy to put cheese on your omelette, and then maybe grill it and make yourself a really yummy meal. And I hear what you're saying about cereals. The fiber in those cereals is just really good for your tummy, isn't it? Just really helps with your whole digestion. So that sounds like a really yummy breakfast.
And add some sliced banana to the mix as well on your cereal as well. Have some grapes, guys. So I mean, The food is there, so don't waste it. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, fruit for breakfast is really good, isn't it? Because it contains some energy, but also has lots of vitamins and minerals. It's a great way of starting the day.
So, and now I'd like to talk about my lunch options. Okay, it's okay to have a healthy treat every now and again for lunch, but guys, think about your food options. Think about the bread you are using for your sandwiches. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. There's all sorts of different types of bread, aren't there? So there are sort of plain white bread, highly processed white bread, and then there's a whole range of others that are more healthy for you, like multigrain and wholemeal, sourdough, all sorts of different breads that you could have. And a lot of the healthy ones are actually yummy as well.
So, okay, your lunch options, okay? There's salmon, you can put that there, mix a bit of sweet corn with the salmon and spread it on the bread, and then you've got yourself a nice salmon and sweet corn sandwich, okay? And then you've got the usual suspects like ham and cheese and tomato and curried egg, okay? So mash some eggs up, okay? So what you do is, to save you boiling the eggs in the morning, boil them the night before and make the filling the night before, okay? And label and date the filling. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's a great time-saving suggestion, isn't it? So to cook those eggs the night before saves you that time around lunchtime. So it's all ready to go. And putting a date on it is a good idea too, so that it doesn't stay in the fridge too long. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, because label what it is in a container, like curried egg, tuna, okay, whatever. And what about some leftover veggie patties, guys? Yeah, make up a double batch of veggie patties. Ask the kids what they would like for their lunch. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That's a great idea. So make up double quantities of your dinner so that you can have the leftovers for lunch as well. That sounds like a great idea. And I think a lot of people would like it.
We will pause that.
Sorry to interrupt.
So there are lots of fillings you can have, like leftover veggie patties served on a bun with some salad, some hummus, some guacamole if you like. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. So lots of things you can have, lots of options for lunch, and guacamole is a great one. So guacamole, do you want to tell us what's in guacamole?
Well, guacamole is like with avocado, lemon juice, a dash of Tabasco. Okay, you can add a bit of tomato if you like. So what you do to stop the avocado from going brown, guys, is basically putting some lemon juice over the top of it to prevent discoloration. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. Yeah, and it's really yummy too, right? And you can actually have it with all sorts of things, guacamole. It's kind of a Mexican dish, I guess.
That it is.
Yeah, super yummy guacamole. Very easy to make too, but you do have to have some ripe avocados.
So make sure your avocados are ripe before you use them.
Yeah, otherwise they're too hard, aren't they? They don't
yeah.
taste as nice.
So guys, another option is you that making a big batch of soup, okay? And you can bring that in along in a flask, okay? Now, get a flask when you go shopping, guys. So if you're out, your soup is nice and hot. Here's Alex now.
Yeah, that's a great option too. Having a flask to keep it warm. So you make a great big batch of soup and you put some in a flask while it's hot, and then it stays hot through the day and you can have it for lunch. So it's a great option.
And add a couple of slices of your favorite bread too. Here's Alex now.
Yep, that sounds awesome. And you can dip them, can't you? You can dip the bread in the soup, and it's kind of a really yummy combination. Sounds really good.
Now the last thing is your meals at dinner time. Have a flick through your recipe books. Look for foods that contain fiber, like have a casserole with lots of veggies in there, a bit of meat too. And you can also have that for lunch the next day. So guys, there is no shortage of healthy food options for lunch. Okay, everything in moderation, guys. Here's Alex now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So casserole sounds delicious for dinner. And as you say, everything in moderation. So a nice rounded diet with lots of different food groups is really good for you. What about dessert? Do you like dessert?
Yeah, dessert. Now, how about baked apples, guys? And what you do, get some apples, okay? Bake them in the oven. Make sure your apples are good too, okay? And serve them with some ice cream, okay? Or make a delicious apple crumble. Stew up some apples, okay? And make a crumble topping of brown sugar, cinnamon, and things like that. Here's Alex now.
Yeah, that sounds really yummy. A crumble with roasted apples and a sweet layer of crumble on top is really delicious, with a bit of ice cream on the side.
Or a bit of custard.
Oh, yes?
So there are lots of dessert options too, like baked pears, like you can like make a pudding of bread and butter, like add your assorted fruits, okay, like your berries, sultanas, apples, peaches, apricots, or what? Here's Alex.
Yeah, they sound really yummy, don't they? And pretty healthy too. Not really that bad for you, that kind of dessert, isn't it? So really quite yummy, particularly if you're sort of baking fruit. That's still quite good for you.
So guys, everything in moderation, guys. Like, don't go to the shop and get greasy fish and chips. Okay, because no, you can't have that every day. And for your morning tea, how about some dried fruit, some celery sticks with peanut butter, chop up some celery, okay, some carrot sticks, pita bread, with some hummus. Here's Alex now.
Oh, mate, that sounds delicious. So carrot sticks and hummus and celery sticks, really yummy morning tea. That sounds absolutely delicious.
And now, before we go to the closing sequence of the show, here are the two new intros and outros.
So what's the first one from, Barry?
The Hawkesbury Bridge, so here it is.
The pier columns proceeded simultaneously with construction of the north and south abutments. Concrete for the pier.
And so that is the difference.
Yeah, Barry, what's that one? You want to talk about that one?
And then the last intro we've got is the one, here it is here.
This is the outro.
The outro, yeah.
Years, the Met.
So we can pause that.
Providing for
Yes. The two new bits for the show. And now, here's the closing segment. Thank you for joining us here today. We do hope that you have enjoyed the show. And as always, please do not call 000 unless you have an emergency. Here's Alec now to close the show with that.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. Always a great public service announcement, isn't it? To talk to people about the appropriate way to use 000, the emergency number. Do you want to tell us about that?
Okay, sure. Only ring 000 if you have an emergency. Don't tie up the number with stupid, inappropriate calls. Like, you need a commode chair delivered, or your salmon sandwiches, or fish and chips delivered. They won't deliver that to you at lunchtime. Or your coconut water. Bruh. I'm just doing it so that Sam can have a laugh. So, there you go, Sam. I know you don't like your coconut water. So, guys, have a terrific Easter. We won't be here next Monday. So, I will be back with you in a couple of weeks on the show from here. And this has been episode 9 today. Thanks for your company, and we will see you again very, very shortly. But just a reminder, tomorrow we have our Easter party here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Egg and spoon race, the Easter egg guessing, barbecue, you name it. Here's Alec to tell you about that.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. Sounds like a great day. Lots of fun activities, and a really good fun thing to do before Easter.
And don't forget, the Royal Easter show kicks off very soon. So if you're planning on going, have a great day out there. I know I will be there. So from the 13th of April, I'll be going there. So if you're out, come and meet us. We'd like to hear from you about the show, what you think of the show. So if you happen to see us out at the Easter show, pop along and say hello. Here's Alec.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That's a great idea. So Easter show's always fun, isn't it? Lots of good fun things to do there, wood chopping and animals, and really nice to if you run into someone to say hi and catch up.
So this is where we must end episode 9 today. Thanks for your company on the show, and always, if you'd like me to cover anything on the show, write to me. I'd like to hear from you. Drop a comment in the link below, and if you've got any food ideas or recipe ideas, tips on how to stay well during the winter, just watch this video. And I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody for welcoming me back. It's great being back here, and I'm really terrific. So I really do enjoy being here. And keep well, guys, and have a safe and happy Easter, and take it easy on those roads. Here's Alec now to take us out with that message.
Yep.
So-
Thanks, Barry.
So it's bye from me.
Thanks, Barry. Have a safe and happy Easter, mate.
And we will see you back here again. Well, I won't be here on the 17th, so I will be back with you on the 24th, the day before Anzac Day, so we won't be open then. So, from me now, have a great rest of Monday, and as Tony Barber used to say, keep smiling, and bye for now. Bye for now, everybody. Bye-bye.